Hermes from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today, it ain't my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the edge. Check 99, check 99.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, turn it up.
They run it with Carson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the pass.
This is Carson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Check, check. Guys, listen.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and 1, Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett, and all the way in touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 53 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out. And this will go out of bounds, so they will lose yards on the play. And on fourth down, of course, it'll be a turnover on downs. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a 1st down. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. On comes the Seahawk kid. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And he lost 6 there on the first down play. Now on 2nd and 16. Wilson, they'll roll him out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Seattle.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
25.
Penny, the first down carry. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They keep it with Penny on first down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Ziggy Ansah able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Eluding the pressure right. Got some room at the 30. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing is Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. They'll run on first down. Carson, and he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now it's Carson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. To throw is Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, with that incompletion, I want to step back for a second, just talk about the quarterbacks this year. It's an interesting stat that you and I were looking at before the game. 40 quarterbacks have been used in the first 3 weeks of the NFL season, most in the Super Bowl era. Some injuries and then just some changes at QB.
Yeah, and 20 of the starting quarterbacks this past Sunday under the age of 27. But what I like about what I'm seeing, despite the injuries, retirements, guys being unable to play, I'm seeing these youngsters and backups come in and play well in a lot of cases. Gardner Minshew in Jacksonville has taken charge there. They got their first win. Kyle Allen, 4-touchdown pass for Carolina in relief of Cam Newton. They got their first win. Going into week 3, the collective quarterback rating for the season, 94.0, which was the highest at that stage of the season in a long time in the NFL. So maybe the quarterbacking straits that we talk about all the time aren't as dire as we've made them out to be.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he's got his target. That's more. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He goes full extension, and he's got it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. Wilson now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
and you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Rashad Penny. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Carson. And an alley to run. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. We thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory.
He's got a man, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards. Now Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to a full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Luke Wilson there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
On first down, it's Carson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Gun. Ball shot. 50, Mike, 50. You gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fighting to stay upright. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Wilson to throw. And he's got Lockett. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. They'll look to throw. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Go like 50.
Throwing now is Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's Wilson. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Watch the shot.
They run for it with Carson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This will be from 53 for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the win on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.